Beep beep, what is up ninjas? Good morning, and I'm super excited because today's video is gonna be off the chain. I think it's gonna be a video that's gonna change the mind of how a lot of you guys work on making music, okay? Now, this video is gonna be helpful for people making anything that has a build-up and a drop in it. If your music has this, then this video is gonna be helpful for you. And if it doesn't, then you better dab the fuck away from my channel because we're making dance music, baby, and most dance music has a build-up, even if like Tropical House has a shitty one. Now, for this technique, you are gonna require a MIDI keyboard. I really do recommend it. However, if you don't know how to play, it's fine. You can kind of, get some things out of this technique, okay guys? For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Soul Revolution pack and the Festival Revolution pack. And with that being said, guys, I am going to be doing this in a big room environment, but I promise it works with almost any genre of music. And with that being said, let's get going. All right, ninjas, so we are inside of Ableton right now, and I have already some leads set up here that are going to sound like this. Okay, now remember, I understand some of you guys don't like big room. My channel has different people making different kinds of music, but have an open mind to this and follow the technique along, okay? Now, a lot of my students love to make, different types of music as well. And one of the things that I notice is that they tend to focus more on, yo, look at this song, the drop melody's dope, or look at this song, the bass is dope, right? But one of the things that they fail to realize is that that drop melody and that bass are not going to work by themselves. It works in an environment where all the additive stuff brings it together to make it sound cool. So that's what we're going to be doing today. What I want you guys to do next time you produce a song and you want to sound like somebody, or you want to make something fresh but you don't know where to take it, find a song that you really like and pay attention to what's in the background, not the leads, not the melody, not the bass. Pay attention to the kick, pay attention to the drums, and pay attention to all the little additive stuff. And then I want you guys to recreate that. So one of the things that in big room, and this is more modern big room, that they do is that they have a lot of percussion on the drops now. So that's what we're going to be doing with the Soul Revolution pack. So let's find a kick first. Yeah, I'll just go with big room kick number 1, lucky number 1, baby. And we're going to drop this in right here. All right, 128 BPM. Now, I am more of a guy that likes to be in C. I know that scale more. I don't know the C sharp minor scale, so I'm going to go with C. So there we have our drop, okay? So this is something they do a lot in big room. Now, a lot of people instantly would just start going here and start doing their drop already, like. And that's not what we want, okay? And I'll tell you guys why, because this is all psychological. Now, what I want you guys to do, instead of working on your drop, work on all that additive stuff. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I am going to be adding like percussion and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to go with some toms here from my 909 pack here from the G House Revolution Volume 2 Confessions. It had like a 909 pack because we sampled this 909 machine. It was super dope. So we're going to be using this. And I always like to use these as starting points for sound design for me. I like to make my toms out of these guys. So let's say I have this sound, right? It's not really going to work well with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch it up a bit. And I think I like it around there. Super dope. We can also click show fades and kind of get it. A little punch here. There we are. Okay, cool. And now I'm going to add my little, my little kind of pattern. Now in big room, they do this a lot, which is kind of like a swing kind of variation. Yeah, we're going to add that. And then let's do a double here and a double. We'll go with that. Just keep it very simple, very fast. Again, we're adding additive stuff. I've studied a couple of songs before starting this video, and I know that they have this on straight when the drop happens now. It's no longer just a kick group, big room kick and a low plug. You have to have this stuff, okay? Add additive stuff. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is at the 4-bar mark here, they also have the kick pitch down. Now, one of the biggest things that they do is they'll go from, let's say, the C here. So let's make this, consolidate this so that we don't have to mess with transposing -1. All right, there we go. We have it at 0. Now, what they do is they like to go down to the I think it's going to be like the 6th note. Let's make sure I am right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess 8 notes up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th note in the scale, which is it's harmonic to the root note. That's why. So in order for me to reach that, let's say I'm in C, in order to reach G sharp, which is the note we want to get to, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would have to go 4 semitones down. This might work in all the scales here. So then it's going to sound like this. And then here we're going to go up by 2. And there we have it. So we want to add all this stuff again, guys, because if we just start working on our drop straight away, one of the things that happens is that a lot of new producers are going to be like, oh God, like this sucks. Well, it might actually be good. It's just that you didn't have all that additive stuff there. So yeah, that's how we go. And there we go. Now we're going to go into the Revolution pack here. Revealed Revolution to get some snares from this one, and we are gonna find it over here and bigger snares. I like this one, so and now let's there we are. All right, cool. Now, another thing that a lot of people have on the drops is a lot of atmosphere, and this is what a lot of people fail to understand. And so they're like, yo, my drop sounds really weak. So again, this whole technique, this whole tip revolves around working on the additive stuff first. You know, fuck the melody, fuck the bass, fuck the main idea. Hear what's in the background. Why does that melody work? That's what you want to look at, because anybody can make a melody like Cashmere in terms of like, but the thing that separates Cashmere is the rhythm that the bass then follows with the lead. It's the way he adds all these little things and makes that melody sound just crazy. He released a video with Splice, and that kind of explains a little bit of the additive stuff that you need to focus on. Okay, so here we go. One thing that we're gonna add is also gonna be the downlifter. The downlifter is very important, guys. You want to add all the hype stuff here. So let's find a good one here. Oh, I like that one right there. There we go. Not too loud, by the way. There we go. We have that, and there we go. Now, another thing also is that this is something that started because I don't know what happened. Ollie James did it, and then someone told me, and then I started teaching my students, and it just made the biggest difference in their music that it filled everything up really well. So what we're going to be doing is going or finding like you know, let's go into the Cashmere pack and find the crowd effects here, and we can just look up crowd. There we go. And we can make our own kind of loop out of this using sound design. Very simple. All we do is find a loop we like, you know, a certain part we like. So here would probably be, and we're going to loop that like crazy here. We're going to consolidate this. Lower volume. We're going to apply a reverb on it to mask the claps. We don't want the claps. We just want that kind of vibe that we're in a crowd kind of environment. The way we mimic this is 100% wet. We're going to use the input processing to EQ this as it's going in. Mess with the size a bit. There we go. And a bit of the... Now you can add early spin reflections or some chorus if you want to get even crazier with it, but design this loop by yourself. Now let's say that you don't want the reverb anymore because you're trying to save a little bit of, you know, a little bit of CPU power. Freeze the track, right click and flatten it now. And now you have the sample there. Now we're going to sidechain this. Now I'm too lazy to make a ghost kick, so what I do is I just put a compressor and I EQ the kick as it's coming in to only get the top, the click. So let's see here. And there we are. Now let's EQ the toms a little bit so that they're not in the lows of the kick, and we're going to boost the highs just a tiny bit there. Put the kick at negative. Now, what we're going to be doing here is working on the build-up, and this is the last tip I'm going to give you guys. The build-up is everything, guys, because this is what's going to get you so inspired. Like watch, you'll see what I'm talking about right now. So we're going to be using the Soul Revolution pack. We're going to grab a long fill for this one. Yeah, let's go with this. There we are. We're going to add a short fill as well at the end of it. We want everything again. And I'm going to be using my Pride of Snare from here. All right, awesome. Now let's lower volume a bit on. Awesome. Now the next thing I'm going to be adding here is going to be an uplifter on the build, and we can go with the C here. I'll go with the C sharp one, and we are going to add it here. We're going to be really messy, though. You guys can see already, so don't judge me on that. Now, one semitone down on this one. Now let's get a vocal loop.
Bring it down, bring it down. Bring it down with that mother, bringing it to the top.
All right, let's go with this one.
Bring it down with that
motherfucker bass drop.
Bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop. We down with that motherfucking bass drop.
Dope. And now I can just add these kind of things here. If you want to, you don't have to.
Bring it down, bring it down.
Let's do.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down,
and we'll do
bring down. Bring it down, 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 bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop. Bring it down, bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop.
All right, so we're not going to worry much about getting that perfect. We just want it there again for that inspiration, and now we're going to filter this in. Again, we're adding everything we need to kind of get excited, get a little bit of inspiration.
Down with that motherfucking bass drop.
All right, so once we have that, guys, now it's time to grab the lead, and this is where kind of like the magic's going to happen. Now, this is where I find it very, very useful, because now what I can do is I can kind of start to make an idea from something that already sounds like it's almost there, like it's only missing that drop element. For instance, let's do a couple of test runs here, okay?
Bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop.
So as you guys can see there, I made that melody. Now, the cool thing about this is that I can just keep going until I find the right one that I really like. And the problem with this is all of them are going to sound amazing now, because we have all the hype factor that we need for that melody to just sound fucking pro. Let's check this out. Check this out. I'll come up with a couple, guys, and I want you guys in the comments to let me know which one was your favorite.
Bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop.
Let's keep going. Another one. I really like that one. I fucked up a little bit on the rhythm, but you got to be at least a little decent playing MIDI keyboard. Let's keep going here.
Bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop.
Let's do another one. That one was eh.
Bring it down with that motherfucking bass drop.
And now we'll do one more. So I hope this tutorial kind of helps you guys and gives you guys sort of an understanding. When someone starts working on a drop and the melody's decent, it's not gonna sound as great as the pros, obviously, because you don't have all the elements there. Your track is not mastered yet. So you're gonna compare like something that is barely beginning to something that's pro already, and that's not fair. And I think that's where a lot of people go bad. I want you guys, next time you work on a drop or you work on an idea, I want you guys, you know, and then that's making me look all fucking like goddish and shit, but I want you guys to focus again on making your track sound pro before even worrying about the melody and the drop and all that stuff. Have an idea of where you're going with this, and I'll see you guys next time. And just take care and have an amazing day. Peace out.
to groove.